Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And yet another card using one of my all-time favorite stamp sets. If you saw it in the title, I will have a link in the end screen at the end of the video to my playlist with dozens of videos using this set. And today's card is simple. Simple, only uses a small handful of supplies. It was fun. It was fun. So everything I used will be listed and linked in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps. Keeps the lights on, pays the bills, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, let's get into making this card. Alrighty, so I am going to heat emboss this big old floral image onto some, is it called Seashell? Yeah, I can't even remember what date it is, let alone all the specifics. Yes, Seashell cardstock. So I've got a panel here that's roughly A2 size, so 4¼ by 5½ inches, and I've lined up this glorious large floral image. I'm going to use my anti-static powder tool just to keep the embossing powder from clinging to anything other than the stamped image. And then I'm inking this up, and I'm going to ink it up and stamp it a couple times to make sure I get all that detail using clear embossing ink. And then to heat emboss this, I pulled out my Ink on 3 Strawberry Champagne Embossing Powder. It's been a while since I've used this stuff. It's obviously one of my favorites because I have multiple containers in this large container of it. It's so pretty. It's honestly, because I already had this card like all planned out before I started doing this, but could have just left it like that. Like this embossing powder on the Seashell cardstock, lovely. Love it so much. Love it so much. However, I did a video doing basically just heat embossing this image. It's one of the earlier, if not earliest. It might even have been the first video I ever did in this series with this set. So anyway, moving on. So use that embossing powder, melted it with my heat tool, and then rotated the panel and set a powder, stamped the image with the clear embossing ink, coated it with that same Strawberry Champagne embossing powder, and then melted it with my heat tool. And so good. However, I'm going to stencil this because that was part of, was it the most recent? Whatever. It'll be linked. It'll be linked. Of the Simon Says Stamp releases is after all these years, they did coordinating stencils for this stamp set, and I have been happy. I've used them a couple times. As of doing this voiceover, they've been restocked because everything was sold out. I think, again, as of doing this voiceover, I think the coordinating die set sold out, but it'll get restocked. It's all good. So I didn't use the die set though. I kept this just more simple. And I'm doing, again, just simple blending as well. I started with Straw Positively Saturated Ink, and then I was going in with Salmon. So just like a peachy with just a hint of that little bit of yellow, because that is one of my favorite combos for florals, is that like peachy, pinky, yellow combo. I don't know. I just love it. So I would blend the yellow more around like the very edges of the area and then blend in that salmon color. And then I was wiping off my stencil so that I'm not getting any of the like peach color on my yellow brush because that will just contaminate it. And then rinse and repeat with the other florals. Very, very simple, very easy, fairly tone on tone. And yeah, this ended up turning just a very peach card. If you wanted the embossing to stand out more on like with this sort of color combo in real life, it shows up really nicely. On camera, it just looks odd, but you could just do white embossing powder or gold, etc. I thought about it, and then when I was looking at the Strawberry Champagne embossing powder, I was like, oh no, I need to use this. It's been too long since I've used it, and it's beautiful. It's just so pretty. So for my greenery, I used Aspen for the greenery, or like this greenery, and then I went in with Artichoke, because you gotta mix up those greens so that you've got a little bit of variation. And not only was I wiping off my stencil, but I did wipe off the panel with a cloth because ink will sit on top. You may not see it, especially depending on the color of ink and the color of the embossing powder, but inks will sit on top. Not the end of the world, but my thing is so often I won't realize there's ink, sitting on top of the embossed image. And, I'll pick it up with my hand and smear it. So I just give it a quick swipe with a cloth and we're good. And then I took a Copic marker and just colored in the centers and the little bits of the stamens. It was just an E44, just a neutral brown, just again light, because I don't want anything to be super standoutish. And then a final touch I did was I just took a warm gray Copic marker, just W1, so there's a very light shade, and quickly went around the perimeter of these images. It gives it almost kind of a little bit of a drop shadow, just subtle. Very, very subtle without being, again, I didn't want it to be super like pop out of ear or anything like that. So I went around with that. And then I'm going to stamp my card base, which is the same cardstock, because we're doing, Peachy tone on tone. So Seashell cardstock, A2 top folding card. So 4¼ by 5½ inches. And then I've arranged my card base inside my MISTI as well. I put score tape right at the score line so I don't stamp past the score line. And then I'm going to ink up the large floral stamp, which I just left in my MISTI. I didn't even move it. So I'm inking that up with Shell ink, the lightest shade in that trio with the salmon shade I use for the blending. And then I'm going to rotate the inside of my card and line it up in the same spot so I can stamp it again. And again, I think it's kind of obvious why I love this stamp so much. It's the detail. I love me large florals. I love them all. I really do. Can't go wrong. So, and okay, you don't have to have this set. This will work with any fabulous large floral stamp set. So, once the inside was stamped, I took the panel that I had heat embossed and stenciled, and I trimmed this down slightly smaller than the card base. So I trimmed it down to roughly like 4 by 5¼ inches. And I'm going to pop that onto the card base with Big Momma foam tape. So it'll give it just a little bit of lift, a little bit of dimension, but not a whole bunch of bulk. And then, of course, I'm going to add splatter. So I'm going to use the Pink and Main Pearl paint and splatter. This needs to be shaken up really well. All that gorgeous, pearly, shimmery, sparkly bits settle to the bottom. So shake the ever-living daylights out of it so everything's dispersed. And then I put it on my palette because I like using my fan brush for splattering, and that won't fit in this bottle. So I just put it on my little palette. And then this first little bit was a very light amount of splatter. We could have stopped here. Was I going to? Obviously not. More is more. So I put more. I wanted like splatter, So put more on my palette, splattered the dickens out of this. And then I set the card aside. And while all of that was drying, I die cut my sentiment, which is the fancy thank you die set. I use just the words, not the outline. And I die cut that same Seashell cardstock. And I'm going to use that shell ink that I used for stamping on the inside. And I'm just lightly blending that from like the bottom up of one of these die cuts to create a bit of that like ombre sort of look. Just gives it that little extra something. And then I die cut 2 more layers of that same cardstock. So we're going to stack that together to give dimension. So once I was done with my blending, I can glue all these layers together with my liquid glue. Stack that and then top that with the layer that I had done the ink blending on. And then once those are glued together, I can glue these to my card front. And yeah, last little bit is we'll add just a little bit of bling. I kept this one kind of, for me, this to me is like clean and simple. Because, it's got to have all the things. So then once that was adhered for the bling was the, of course, aptly named Peachy Positively Dazzling gems. So got those arranged where I wanted them on the card front. Once I was happy with my placement, I'll just pick them up with my little embellishment wand and glue those down with liquid glue. Then all I got to do is let the glue dry. And this card is complete. So got the pretty peach colors, that shimmery splatter, a little bit of bling, a little bit of dimension, and then the detail on the inside too, which So good. So good. So that was my card. As always, thank you all so very much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. It really does help. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. I would love to have you. And I will see you all very soon in another video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!